5 most insane military training from all around the world. Taiwan military. Militaries in Asia have some of the most mind-boggling training. And they undergo one of the most painful of Oriental training there could ever be. Soldiers have to go through literally every single military drill round the world. But sometimes it takes the heavy toll on a soldier. Apart from the physical damage these guys have to take in order to complete their training. One of the best example are the soldiers from Taiwan. WHO have to face this extreme training, which is called the road to heaven. Basically it doesn't sound like heaven, instead of a calm road. Taiwanese soldiers have to crawl 50 meters through a path filled with corals and rocks, and they have to do it without using their hands. Painful beyond imagination, these trainings create a class of otherworldly human beings. Russian military. Russians have already impressed the world with their sense of power, leadership, and more importantly, with their intense training for Russian soldiers. In Russia, they have something called confidence training, which is said to create a sense of calm and courage. It involves getting shot in the chest, although they do wear a bulletproof vest. At a close range, they are shot in the torso and are expected to fire back. Though, the Russian residents believe a soldier from the country probably has to take a bullet fighting for protection or for freedom. USA Special Force Unit or Navy SEALs. Without a doubt, the Navy SEALs are one of the most toughest soldiers in the world. The US military has to go through a ridiculous amount of training to be the finest one. They definitely have to undergo special training to enter into a special force unit. Here, trainees are allowed to sleep only for 3 hours a day. Post-WIC, their rigorous training would keep them alive underwater. This test happens underwater every day, where their hands and legs are tied. And they can resurface just to breathe for a second, and again the routine continues. Well, not only this, there is one more test, where they are thrown into the deep pool with all the equipment. And the trainer will attack and would take away all the equipments. But the sad part is, that the trainees are not allowed to come out or they would be disqualified. This training regimen is referred to as drown-proofing. China Liberation Army. This is something most of US would have probably seen in movies and ignored, thinking all of this to be fictional. But no, apparently, members of the Chinese military actually have to go through training, in which they play hot potato with a live grenade. They have to pull the pin of the grenade for it to go live, and in no time, a group of soldiers start passing the live grenade. Before the last one throws it in a hole which is within earshot. After throwing the grenade, they have to take a leap and cover their heads to save themselves. South Korean soldiers. South Korea's special forces have to travel to Pyeongchang, which has a staggeringly cold temperature of -30 degrees Celsius. They have to endure this in order to complete their training, which is out of this world. From breaking heavy rocks with their bare hands, to body strengthening, they have to develop this to support their training. Here, they go shirtless, run a marathon, wrestle, throw snowballs at each other and do gymnastics. One of the most extreme drill is the one, where they have to shoot the target while skiing and they have to hide in ice. This training is done to increase their mental fortitude. 9 unbelievable confessions of soldiers from all over the world. 1. Weird Russian training routine. Every country wants their military to be perfect, and so the curriculum designed for their training is top-notch. But Russians are one step ahead here. Russian special forces are known to have a routine where they take down each other with handguns. They wear body armor, yes. But still crazy. 2. The unsafe of all. North Korea has always been a question mark for the rest of the world. We don't really know about that country and their army for that matter. But one thing that we can tell you about North Korean army is that it surely isn't the safest place for women. An ex-women soldier revealed that outraging the modesty of female soldiers by authority was a very common culture there. 3. Special ops. Not every country treats their women like North Koreans. Some countries trust women with bigger responsibility. Having a special section of operations just for women is a common thing now. But guess which country was first to have all women ops section? Norway. They call it hunter troops. 4. Desertion. If you are a soldier and leave your army or run away from your post without permission, you are deserting it. Every army has desertions, but not on a very large scale. Cut to Afghan army. Their job is difficult and they are responsible to combat against the most terrible and dangerous militant organizations. Also, the fact that their starting salary is as low as $130 a month, we are not surprised that on an average, Afghan army experiences almost 4,000 desertions every month. 5. Exact number of nukes. A lot of leading economies in the world possess nukes. But do you know how many of them are in real? Latest figures suggest there are around 15,000 nukes all over. Well, just to harm your already scared wit, each of these weapons are several times more powerful than the one used to demolish Hiroshima and Nagasaki. 6. Sci-fi military. Back in the day, as kids we were to be stunned to see the use of lasers and other sci-fi material by the army to fight aliens and militants. Sadly, it wasn't even close to the reality until recently. Today, US military is testing the usage of lasers and has even deployed one on its naval vessel Response. It can destroy small ships and slow-moving aircrafts as well. 7. World's largest submarine. So which country has the largest submarine in the world? America? UK? Germany? Well, no, and absolutely no. It is in fact North Korea. It operates around 70 electro-diesel submarines. Most of them are too old and very risky to work with. 8. Most dangerous nuclear weapon ever exploded? Well, without a doubt, it was Russia's Tsar bomb. The blast was equivalent to 50 million tons of TNT and created a fireball 5 miles in diameter. The blast was so powerful that it shattered glasses 500 miles away and was so bright that people could see the flash from 600 miles distance. 9. Total budget. So which country spends the maximum on their military? No surprises here. It is USA. It leads by miles. The yearly budget of USA for its military is $600 billion. The distant second country is China with the budget of $129 billion. No other country even comes close to these two.
Ten most powerful armies all around the world. Egypt. Egypt's defense budget is almost $4.4 billion. With this strength and military capability, it makes it to the top 10, and isn't this news to people's ears that Egypt makes the list of one of the most powerful armies of the world? Germany. Germany ranks 9th all around the world in terms of military power, and their overall armed development is second to none. Turkey. One of the countries which fly under the radar, Turkey ranks a high 8 in the list among the most powerful. Japan. Japan is the most advanced nation in the world and always has space for new technologies and infrastructure. It ranks 7th in the list of most powerful armies in the world. Great Britain. It isn't surprising to see it rank so high, as for the longest time it has equipped itself with modern infrastructure and technology in the field of defense. France. One of the more militarily equipped nation among the European countries, France comes in at number 5. India. One country which has made rapid strides in the field of military development is none other than India. No doubt it comes in at number 4. China. China has many conflicts with other nations, and this keeps its military base going. But there is no denying the fact that it is one of the strongest nations in the world. Russia. Russia is not just the largest country in the world but also boasts of having the second most robust and powerful army. USA. Not surprisingly, we find the USA topping the list, and they have maintained their numero uno status for quite some time now.